This is Chanan.
Hi.
Like here at Reentry, we try to keep everything positive. You feel me? You could cuss.
Okay.
Yeah, you could cuss. You feel me?
So, black is a color, it's not a nationality. And a lot of times, the reason that we go through the struggles that we go through is because we haven't actually claimed our nationality and we're not respected in the world, like court or anything like that. And so, we're actually perceived as dead or lost at sea. And so I ended up doing about 100 or so shows in the first year, and it was just
100?
Yeah, it was crazy.
You was working for real. You was
Yeah. Words have meanings and they have vibrations and all of those things, and what we choose to speak into the universe comes into our lives. So even if it is love, but you're calling it toxic, it's eventually going to go there.
Yeah.
How many times have you wanted to have a woman around during a business meeting, or like when you're going out, or in a music video or whatever? The attention and the power that you get by being by a beautiful woman is like it's priceless.
You was able to get plugged in. I seen you at the BT Experience.
It was like an award show and everything like that, and that was really awesome. Put me on as talent. It wasn't just like I invited you as a guest. Like, you don't have to be that. You can be exactly who you are and show up as you are and love yourself as you are, and know that you're the only one like you doing what you do, and God has you here for a reason.
What's the deal, y'all? We got another episode of Cape No Cap. Feel me? We got a great guest. Well, I have a great guest on with me today. Feel me?
Hi.
She's so nervous, y'all. She's been nervous since we got here.
Yeah.
All right, but this is Chanan.
Hi.
Chanan, what do you do? Let us know. What do you do?
So in 2020, I believe it was, when the pandemic was going on, I started a podcast called Chanan Rise Live, and I did it over Instagram Live, which was really fun because we could all do it from where we are. I was a little nervous about it because I had never done interviews or anything like that, but it was always a dream of mine.
So you had to warm up to it.
Yeah. Basically, I just had the idea because I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, and I thought that we were going to be like locked up forever.
COVID. I was during COVID.
Yeah. So like when they had us on house arrest, pretty much, like it was crazy. Like, I think we all went through it together, so that was pretty interesting. But I just thought I would never have the opportunity to interview people live.
Okay.
And luckily, I was able to do that in the end. But yeah.
So where are you from?
I'm from LA.
You from LA?
Yeah.
So what made you want to like start doing podcasts coming out of LA?
Well, okay, so I was at a pool party at Jamie Foxx's house.
Okay.
And it was back in the day. And everybody kind of had been sent home. And it was a big group of people that we were just chilling in the pool house. It was like Drake, Too Short, like just a lot of different people. And I was sitting next to Too Short, and I asked him, I was like, so are you like really a pimp? Like,
that's a great question though. Like, are you? Yeah.
What got you started like with this music or whatever? And he's like, no, I never would have had the heart for that. And I was just like, okay. And he was like, yeah, I was literally sitting in my basement. And I just started thinking of the most foul shit. Like, people love to hear that kind of stuff. So I just started thinking of the most foul shit I've ever heard of. Can I cuss?
Yeah, you cuss. I was about to say a lot of people attract to like drama and stuff too, like negative stuff. So I feel you on. I feel like that's one of the easiest way to like build an audience, like through negative stuff. But you feel me? We through like here at Reentry, we try to keep everything positive. You feel me? You could cuss.
Okay.
You could cuss. You feel me? But yeah, Reentry, we just try to.
I'll be on my best behavior.
On your best behavior today.
Okay. But yeah, so and he was just telling me how he started that, and I thought about it, and I was like, wow, I get to be in a lot of interesting rooms around a lot of dope people in places that most people wouldn't be. it would be awesome if I got to interview people. And so I had been playing with the thought for a while. And then when the pandemic hit, I just was like, dang, like, we're really going to be locked up. Like, who knows how long this, and lasted for 2 years.
I was about to say, but was it bad? Like, you were still able to get your podcast rolling over the pandemic, even with everything being like locked up and everything.
Yeah, so that was the thing. And so God kind of just dropped something on me, and I was like, oh. I'm always on Instagram. Like, I'm like dancing or just doing random stuff or freestyle. Not like that.
I was about to say, you be busting the move.
Yeah, just like, oh, we have Instagram Live now. Like, let me play with it. So it just came to me. I was like, well, I can actually do something productive with Instagram Live. And someone had told me, they're like, you're just always on Instagram Live. You're just looking for attention. It was a guy that I was dating at the time. And I was like a little taken aback. I was like, and then I was like, well, watch what I do with it. Like,
and so, boss up on you.
Yeah, of course. And so one day I just put a template together for the flyer. I put a template together for how I wanted to reach out to people. And I started going through like my following list and people that followed me and people that were on Instagram Live and actually were able to draw an audience. And I just slid into their DM. I was like, hey, I'm putting together a show. I think you would be amazing. You were the first person I thought of. Like, and a lot of people were like, yeah. And so I ended up doing about 100 or so shows in the first year. And it was just
100?
Yeah, it was crazy.
You was working for real. You was really trying to get right with your podcast and everything.
There was nothing else to do. Like, I was working from home, but like no one was really working because you couldn't hold people accountable during a pandemic. Like, so, and I was a manager at the time for Ring Video Doorbell. And so I just was like, this is what I'm going to do with my time. And I would book a show every day. And then I got burnt out. And I was like, wait a minute. I want to live life. Yeah. I'm also a dope person. Like, I've made music, I model, like, I've been in a movie, like.
So you wear a lot of different hats.
Yeah. So like, I just was like, I don't want to just be interviewing people. I want to live life and create too. So I kind of like pushed back on that. And it was after I was able to interview La Russell, DJ EFN, Adrian Miller, Alexis Miranda, like Slink Johnson, Black Jesus. And I was just like, okay, this is dope, but what else do I want to do? And so I began like traveling and investing and just kind of figuring out how it's going to build my life up for me.
That's fire though. So. I'm glad you was able to, you feel me, get everything together.
Yeah.
How hard was it though? Like during COVID, was it hard? I know you said you had 100 episodes, or did over 100 episodes. But was it hard getting your guests? Like, how did that work?
Like I said, I just slid into their DMs. I had a calendar. I would send them calendar invites. I did everything myself, and that was the biggest thing. Where I was like exhausted after the day or the week or whatever. I was just like, wow, So it was a lot. I was picking out my outfits. I was doing my makeup. I was getting my drinks ready. We were isolated. So
you was a one-man show for a
one-woman show. I put my background together. I was just like, at the end of it, I was like, wow, I really did that.
You did that at your house?
Yeah, I did it at my house. Like, yeah, because I work from home, so I had to have a background and everything like that to inspire my team and all that. So it was pink and sparkly and had flowers. Like, it was really creative for me.
So working with all them big names, you was able to get plugged in. I seen you at the BET Experience.
That was the BET. That was a culture creators or culture something. I think it's culture creators. But yeah, it was like an award show and everything like that, and that was really awesome. And they put me on as talent. It wasn't just like I invited you as a guest. I got to walk the red carpet or the green carpet.
Yeah, I had seen that was fire.
But yeah, that was really dope. And I've been to other red carpet events where I'm recognized and things like that, and just around different celebrities. And so, being plugged in as talent rather than trying to record people or whatever it is, it really is awesome, and it opens a lot of doors. So.
No, for sure. I ain't gonna lie. That's far. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't been with a couple of celebrities like recently too, and it's just like a great experience just being around those type of people, building those connections, relationships, and everything.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is like I'm attracted to power, and being able to talk to them and see who they are, where they came from, how they even got here, and just understand their mindset. That to me is like, it's luxury.
Yeah,
you know,
because you feed yourself the knowledge that they give you. You feel me? That's fire. I mean, I love to talk to people that is there, that did everything I'm trying to do. You feel me? And you feel me? It just help you with your process.
Yeah,
Make the road a little easier to go through on everything.
yeah.
I got a question though. What is your ethnicity?
I'm Moroccan.
What is Moroccan? What's that?
From Morocco.
I've never heard of that before. More?
It's like the longest, oldest bloodline for brown people. If you look into like history and all that, you'll see the people with the red hats and all that.
I looked into it a little bit, but I was like, damn, like this is my first time ever reading up on it a little bit. You feel me? And I was looking at you, and I couldn't even when I first looked at your Instagram page, I'm like, damn, what is she like?
Yeah, and my mom's Mexican.
Oh, your mom's Mexican?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just kind of, so here's a little bit of like.
She about to give us a little background.
So black is a color. It's not a nationality. And a lot of times the reason that we go through the struggles that we go through is because we haven't actually claimed our nationality, and we're not respected in the world, like court or anything like that. And so we're actually perceived as dead or lost at sea because we're not actually claiming our nationality. So when people say they're black, it's like, okay, yeah, it's great for all of us to come together under one kind of umbrella, but we need to find that umbrella. And I think the Moors and Morocco and all that is where we kind of stem from. And there was like a treaty and all of those things. So just kind of do your research. I'm not gonna.
I feel like that's like some stuff you find on like Ancestry.com. Like they'll tell you like, oh, you're 5% this. Like,
I've never done that. It was just kind of like something that I had to go back into my lineage.
I was about to say, did you like look back into it, or did you like learn from like, or did your like grandmother?
Yeah.
Like,
so my family's from Louisiana.
Okay.
So we found out that I do have some like Irish in me as well, and so we went back and we saw like some of our ancestors, and we went to the slave houses.
Oh, y'all did like a whole little tour.
Yeah, like, and I met some of my cousins and like the slave master side of it and all of that. So, I mean, it's really important to talk to your elders and go back and see where they come from, and then go through records and things like that.
Because they got the stories.
Yeah, they do.
They got the stories for
and
sure.
Like my uncle, so I also do PR for La Louisiane. Public relations.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I do that for La Louisiane, and it's a restaurant that's been there for 35 years on Slauson and Overhill. Nipsey Hussle used to get his gumbo from there.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's owned that for 35 years, and then before that he was at the Witch Stand, which is Simply Wholesome now.
Simply Wholesome?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Hold up. I got a little few questions for you. You feel me? I want to ask about strict inequality.
Okay. Okay. Someone did his research.
Yeah, I want to know what you feel me. What's that about?
So that's my clothing line. It's something that I've been kind of developing, and just I do like a lot of one-off pieces and like one-of-one pieces, but I also have some stuff in Soul Folks. In Leimert Park.
Oh, Leimert Park. Okay.
Yeah. So I put some stuff in there, some dresses with a gold square. It's called
I seen like the design.
And then Ye's Life Matters. I made those after Kanye was being attacked, and like just like
you're trying to play your part.
Yeah, because I'm like, no, wait, like let's stop before they decide to mess him up for real.
How long? So when did you like get your clothing brand started?
I would say it was like 2021.
So around the same time you started your podcast and everything. So you basically like around that time you was like, all right, let me get on there with which is so you did your podcast, you did the clothing brand. What else did you have going?
I have my music on my podcast. So I have a song called Vibrate Higher, which is something that I created because I realized that all of our music was so negative.
Yeah.
Even the love songs, like I Should Have Cheated.
Yeah, like why is so toxic? Oh my God.
So toxic.
Oh my God. I don't even know if you want to get into that.
No, go ahead.
No, because toxic, I really don't like the way social media has ran with that word. Like, I was just looking at a post the other day, and a female was like, "Oh, my toxic trait is I like for my man to be all over me and love me and give me kisses." I'm like, how is that toxic?
Right.
Wanting to be
That's
loved,
love.
wanting to, you feel me? You feel me? How is that? Like, I feel like people don't know what toxic is.
Yeah, I think, even in our culture, we changed the words and the meanings of things and all of that stuff, and so I can give them that, but words have meanings and they have vibrations and all of those things, and what we choose to speak into the universe comes into our lives. So even if it is love, but you're calling it toxic, it's eventually going to go there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I think there was a certain way that we spoke, our ancestors spoke, and what we talked about, what we believed, and the vibration that we held that got us to a certain point. And I think that's why there's so many attacks on everything that we do as a culture. So we just kind of have to get back to where we were.
How do you feel about, like, what's your take on how a woman should be treated in a relationship?
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
This is like the topic of the century, I swear to
God.
God.
I need to know. I want to know your input, how you feel about it.
I was just talking to someone about this actually yesterday, and I feel like a woman should be treated like the goddess that she is, but also like with accountability. I believe that you should always like hold yourself to a high standard in a relationship, and if you're not, then someone should speak to you about it. So,
that's
but
facts.
With care, like women are emotional. They need to hear certain things. They need to be gifted. They need to be just praised, and like, because women are the bearers of life. You're here because of a woman.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I think they have to be held under like just the most extreme care. And I think that it's weird that certain people can think that because certain women act a certain way that you don't have to treat the whole group of women like the goddesses they are. So I think in a relationship, they should be provided for. I don't think you should be dating romantically and entering a woman's portal if you're not providing for her. And
providing, you mean like feeding her knowledge? Like, what's
I
your
think
definition
someone
of providing for
said something like building infrastructure in her life. I just heard that on a podcast. And I think it is all of the things. It's not just financially. And it's not just, being security for her, protecting her, but it is, yes, the knowledge that you give her and the tools that you give her to succeed. And
look, she trying to get into it. I see you trying to think about it.
Yeah, so the tools that you give her to succeed, that she can support herself, but also feel safe and secure in the relationship, so she doesn't feel like she has to go anywhere else or look for anything else.
Yeah, give her that reassurance. You feel me? Let her know exactly what's going on.
Love.
Be honest.
Like
loyal.
Love and like just like care. Like you have to feel it. You have to feel like taken care of. You have to feel like, oh, he's looking out for me in every way, even when I'm not around. So I think a lot of women are shortchanging themselves, and a lot of men just need to put themselves in the position to be able to do so and understand what the power is when you do that. So like, how many times have you wanted to have a woman around during a business meeting, or like when you're going out or in a music video or whatever? The attention and the power that you get by being by a beautiful woman is like like it's priceless. So a woman taking care of herself and being able to provide that energy to you, like you should be able to maintain that.
I agree 100%. I do. But I do feel like the woman needs to play a big part in it. I feel like y'all expect a lot from men, which a lot of times y'all don't return. You feel me? What y'all asking for?
Absolutely. I feel like if a woman is, in a relationship with the man, then she should be able to create a standard of living for that man. So he's always, feeling his best.
Let's shy away from the relationship stuff real quick. Because that's a real deep talk that we could just keep on for a long, long time. You feel me? For a long, long time.
I don't even need air right now.
You said you don't even?
No, I'm fine.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm hot. I ain't gonna lie. I'm hot. So
I'm just like trying to have the conversation.
So are you working with all of these celebrities? Feel me, on your podcast? What how should I put this? How is it? So your podcast has been growing since 2020. Where are you at now? Like, what's the difference between when you first started and now? Like, do people tap in with you now? Like, different celebrities, do they trying to get on your podcast? Are you even still doing the podcast? Like, when was the last episode?
So the last episode was when I interviewed Sling Johnson, and that was dope. I was in Phoenix at the time, and he was doing a comedy show. And I still have yet to edit that episode because the audio went out.
Oh, that's bad.
And so all I have is the audio from the camera, and I just kind of like that really made me feel like, dang, And so, but yeah, like Craig Robinson just invited me to his comedy show, and he was like, he's an actor and a comedian and all that, and he was like, what's going on with your podcast? And I'm like, you're right. Like,
so when did you record the last podcast?
I'm not sure. I was definitely in Arizona, so it's probably around October.
October? Okay, so last year?
Yeah.
So what's up? You ready to get it back rolling?
I am.
How you feeling
I
about
just
it?
moved back to LA in November.
Oh, you just got here?
Yeah, so I've been I was managing my uncle's restaurant and all that, and a lot of my time was going to that. That's the reason I'm back out here.
Okay, so where did you come from? Where did you stay?
I was in Arizona.
So you was in AZ. How long was you in AZ for?
8 years.
8 years? Damn, what made you want to move back?
I'm from LA, and my family is out here.
So all your people, you wanted to be closer to family.
And then, like, obviously, it's the best place to do anything.
It's a lot of opportunity out here. Hella opportunity. And you putting in the work, so you feel me, that the opportunity going to come for sure every time.
Yeah.
You got to take advantage.
And I think right now I'm just in my networking phase and just building that. Because think about, like, doing all of those interviews, it kind of left me dry and also a little bored. Like, I was hearing the same answers over and over and over again.
So that means you got to switch up your questions.
Exactly.
You got to, you feel me? You got to grow with it. You can't do the same stuff because the world changes every day.
For sure.
So that means you got to adapt and change with it.
For sure.
With anything you're doing, for real.
For sure. But like I said, that was not really like the problem. The problem was I just wanted to travel. I just wanted to make sure that I was having fun.
You just like to be free.
Yeah, I don't
that's what I get. I'm like, you just like to be free.
I quit my job in 2021 and like I basically moved to Mexico.
Oh, you moved to Mexico too?
Like, I'm telling you, like, it was just like, it really was like tying me down. Yeah. I was seeing everyone live their life in LA. I was in Arizona. Like,
you're like, I gotta live mine too.
I was working a job. I was doing my podcast, and I was just like, like, I'm not about to like be the one that's putting everyone on the stage, even though that's what I wanted to do, and that's what the world needed at the time, because there was no stages at that time. There was nowhere for us to go to see anyone.
Yeah, because everything was closed.
It was shut down, and like. The crazy thing about it was no one was doing it. Like, I was one of the first people.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
So you got it at the right time, and you blew up. Then you verified on Instagram now. Like, I'm like, okay.
I was just like, well, let me take some time for me. I think like think about Lauryn Hill, right? Like she made an amazing album, and I'm not comparing myself to Lauryn Hill, but I think I'm great. But, like,
as you should, as you should.
But she took all this time, and she's been ridiculed, and so many people have so much to say about her and all this stuff. And it's like, okay, well, it took me a lifetime to get here.
Yeah.
And it's going to take me some time to do the next one.
Nothing happened overnight.
Exactly. So like living my life and just experiencing things and having something to talk about. Because when I first started, I had one set of questions. And I would ask them to every
over and over, over and over.
It was the same. It was like because I was so nervous. Like I was nervous coming on here and talking. It's like I have to have a script. I have to have it all together.
This your warm up right here.
Yeah.
So y'all stay tuned, everybody. Which camera I'm looking at? Y'all stay tuned. She's coming out with another podcast. We about to get her rolling, man. Even if I gotta produce it, I'm gonna get her right, so y'all can get another episode. What's the name of your podcast?
It's Chanan Rise Live.
Chanan Rise Live. Y'all stay tuned for the next episode on her podcast, on everything.
Thank you.
And I would love to be there. You feel me? Miss Nervous.
We'll see.
She don't even know if she want to do it. We gotta hype her up, y'all, so we can get.
I just don't want to be tied down, like.
No, it don't have to.
I think that's the biggest thing is like I don't want to have to like if I want to do something, I want to be able to do it, and I don't want to be committed to anything, and that sucks. But that's the way you build success. So let me stop.
I'm off topic again. So are you single?
I am.
You're single.
Yeah.
That comment just kind of like told me like a lot. So I'm like, okay, I just had to ask. You feel me?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely single. I've been single for about, I would say like 2 years. I had one short relationship and I was like, still not for me. And then before that, I was single for like 6 years. So.
Okay. And then do you have kids?
I have one.
You have one kid?
Yeah.
Baby girl, boy?
A girl.
Baby
She's
girl?
8.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's fire.
What about you? No?
Not yet. Not yet. Yeah, I don't think I'm in a position right now. Like life is great right now for me. I got a lot of motion going, but I can't slow my motion down by, you feel me, putting myself in that position.
That's the reason why I don't have a relationship, because my focus is her and grinding for my daughter.
Okay.
And so like sense. Being able to maintain that kind of relationship is like, it's a little difficult because I had her for a month at a time, and then she would go to her dad's for a month at a time. And so I would date and all of that. Yeah. But being able to continue to date and like do all that with a daughter and with work and everything like that.
Yeah, trying to balance everything was a hassle for
sure.
So
now she's doing a semester at a time between the two of us. Okay. And she might want to stay longer. I don't know, because when you make friends, it's like,
So when did you have your daughter? How does your daughter?
She's 8.
She's 8. So you had her way before you started any of your businesses.
Yeah.
Okay. So starting your businesses with your daughter, was it hard? Like starting them and trying to make sure, you feel me, she was good and everything?
Yeah. So during the podcast, like she would be in her bedroom and then she would come out and I'd be like,
she'd be making noise.
Yeah, making noise, slamming doors because she's mad she can't have my time and stuff like that. But then I just started incorporating. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, you might as well. People love the kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
you get on there and ask her a few questions.
Yeah, we actually had an episode where I asked her questions.
That's fine.
But yeah, like, so then now we created a lemonade like business and where we
So you started up a business for her?
Yeah. It's called Le Monroe. And whenever she wants to do it.
Was it lemonade, you said?
Yes, lemonade.
Y'all go get some lemonade from
Le Monroe.
Le Monroe.
So
y'all go get y'all lemonade.
I think the first day we made like $200 in revenue. And then,
that's
like 100 and something in profit just sitting outside.
First day?
Yeah, so that's my girl. But it was hot. It was definitely hot outside, and we just kind of went to like a trail and all those things. But I try to teach her like, okay, well, this is how much we invested in this. This is how much we made in this. So this is our profit.
Getting their mindset right for the business aspect of life.
Use that money to buy crypto And then like
setting her up.
Yeah. So like just getting that mindset for her, and then she was like, well, I said I wanted a lemonade stand, not a lemonade business. And then I was like, okay, well, pause on that.
Did she say it sassy like that?
And that's the funny thing. That's the word she uses. She was like, I'm a little sassy right now. And I'm like, who taught you that word? Like,
I'm about to say.
I did not.
Who raised her?
I raised her for sure.
Who raised her?
Yeah, no, she's dope though. That's my girl, Monroe. We just went to Mexico together right before her birthday. That was her first time out the country. And then I took her to the Great Wolf Lodge. We had I spent a rack on her.
The Great Wolf Lodge. It's cool. It's hot in there. Oh my god.
It's warm.
It's humid. It's
warm enough for when you go into the water, it's not cold. Okay. It's very comfortable. But yeah, it was a good time. We had a sleepover. All her friends came.
You threw a whole little party for her.
I always do something for her. That's big.
You better the memories for y'all.
Yeah, and she was so I took her to Mexico. We went scuba diving. We did all this stuff. We went on a boat, and she just had a blast. So.
That's cool. Yeah. So what's next? What's next for you?
For me?
Yeah, what's next?
So actually, I've been plotting and scheming for a nonprofit. I want to give back.
A nonprofit? Okay.
Yeah, because I just feel like all these things that I do for myself, I'm just like, okay, where's my give back? And so that is in the works with one of my good friends, Thomas Morrison. When we were in college, I went to Santa Monica College with him. We started a club called FSA.
A club? Like a
club.
Like a club?
Like a club. Not a dance club, but
I said club or
like college,
a group?
There's chess club.
Yeah, okay, like a group of people.
So we started Fashion Student Association, where we taught people how to do runway walking and just kind of hold themselves high and things like that, how to walk in heels. And then we had the mind that we were going to throw a fashion show. Well, instead, the Santa Monica College fashion department invited us to walk in the fashion show. And so now...
Oh, so you got to walk in the
too? I walked... Okay. I was not trying to be in the show or anything like that.
So are you really just shy, or you just... it's just when you get around new people?
Well, it's more so it was a confidence thing, because I didn't have a lot of extracurricular activities when I was in school or anything like that. So I was raised with 6 kids.
Okay.
And so I was the oldest. And when my parents divorced, my dad took us. So I would come home every day and cook for my brothers and sisters. Okay. And so that was my extracurricular activity.
Wait, so when was the fashion show? Around what time that was?
I'm not sure. It was probably 2010 or something.
Oh, that was early. That was early years. Okay.
Yeah. So that was college. So yeah. So basically we put that together and it was a hit. And some of the girls still now are in fashion and walking and runway, and
they still
went to New York Fashion Week. Yeah, everything. It's crazy. But now it's okay, how can we bring that to the rest of the world now that we're outside of college? And so we're putting together an event, a gala, and give back. So I wear clothes and then I don't want to wear them again. And so they're just stacking up in my closet. So that's what I want to do with them.
Donate them.
I'm okay.
So what is the date for this and location?
We don't have a date yet.
Not a date.
No,
do you have a location?
No, not yet.
So it's going to be before the end of this year?
Yes. So we should be having a meeting every week, and we should be coming up with those dates.
Okay, for sure. I want to join. I want
to. No.
Why?
Because you ask me questions that make me sweat.
Hey, well, that's what we're here for. It's a podcast.
Okay, all right, maybe.
This is a conversation, so we could get your business. You feel me? Recognition.
But yeah, no. So we're doing that. We're meeting for that weekly. My birthday's coming up.
Oh yeah, when your birthday?
August 28th.
Okay.
Yes.
Hold up.
It's coming up quick.
That's 3 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What's the plans for the B-Day?
I'm taking my first girls trip.
Okay.
Out the country. That's
gonna be far.
Yeah, and so I'm probably gonna do something with that, yearly, annually. I'm gonna have a trip out the country, And so it's nice because instead of me having to kind of spend all my money on whatever, it's like kind of getting supplemented by all the other girls. Okay. So I think I'm going to do like a travel group.
A travel
thing.
Group? Y'all going to go to just more than one place? Y'all going to...
Yeah, we're going to go like... Because some of the girls, I literally was like, okay, it's a month from now. And some people were like, I can't do it yet.
Yeah, it'd be like that. It's always the group chats. You'll make group chat. Everybody be down to go.
25 people 25? In there. Guess how many people are going?
6.
No.
10.
4.
Yeah.
So far.
Nah,
but yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. But it's okay because it was last minute.
It's hard.
Like a month in advance.
No, everything is
I'm proud of myself for even getting one. But 4 is cool.
Hey, you living your life. You traveling. You doing everything you said you wanted to do.
Yeah.
You doing everything for you and your daughter. See, I love it. I love everything you got going on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not like podcasting it up right now.
No. We're gonna get your podcast started for sure. She think I'm playing. We gonna get her podcast started for sure. Chanan Rise Life. Chanan Rise Life. My fault. I apologize.
Yeah.
Y'all tap in with the podcast. This is my guest for today. I appreciate you for coming on, showing us, giving us your story for me, letting us know everything you got going on. For me, hope to talk to you again. Y'all gonna see me again on her podcast. Before we exit, I want you to give us some advice to young women out there who want to start their own business or just who don't have the courage, or just give them a little gem or something.
I would say because the shyness comes from, like I said, the lack of confidence. And I think no matter what you're doing, just do it and then kind of look back at it after, but don't like think about the future and think, oh my God, what if this happens? What if that happens? Because generally most people are just going to look at you and then turn away, and that will be that. But at least you have a new building block to your success. So definitely just take that shot. Like, just do it is like a real thing.
She seen it with the Nike check.
At the check. But yeah, I think that's what it is. And then maintain your class. Stay classy. You don't have to be, no offense to, the Megan of the Stallions of the world or whatever they call themselves, but like, you don't have to be that. You can be exactly who you are and show up as you are and love yourself as you are and know that you're the only one like you doing what you do. And God has you here for a reason. So just be happy and stay at a high vibration and love yourself and love the people that are around you and do what you say you're going to do, because those opportunities that scare you, make you feel like you can't do it, when you show up and show out, like
step outside your comfort zone.
Oh yeah,
For
it's a big deal, but
take risk.
Like, you'll have those memories and you'll have those experiences and you'll get better, but don't just stay on the wall.
Yeah, that's fine. I agree with everything you just said on me. But yeah, man, I appreciate you. Let the advice. Let a conversation. Appreciate your time, your energy. And yeah, that's another episode of Cape No Cap. Y'all stay tuned for the next episodes dropping. Shout out to Reentry Network Podcast. Shout out to Chanan Rise Life.
And thank you for having me here.
Appreciate you too. And we out.